The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us for this 6 p.m. news. I'm Michael Tamtipais. In this edition, emergency beacons for passengers vessel, Port Moresby to face water disruption, and PNG Power in total crisis. Steamship has announced a massive 100 million kina investment in Pacific Towing's fleet renewal and localized maritime training. The investment strengthens PECTO's position as the leading harbour and marine services provider at a time when the market demands world-class reliability, enhanced safety, and long-term commitment to seafarers and building national capability. The investment deploys 70 million kina for 2 state-of-the-art new building tugs scheduled to arrive in the next 8 weeks. An additional 30 million kina is dedicated to life extension, dry docking, technical upgrades, and rigorous maintenance across PECTO's existing fleet. This ensures service continuity and operational performance for PNG's critical trade corridors and ports. Minister for International Trade and Investment and Minister responsible for PNG Power, Richard Maru, has labeled the current state of the company as being in total crisis due to failure of management in addressing issues at the earliest possible.
Its crippling state-owned entity, PNG Power, is in debt of 1.2 billion kina and 2.3 billion kina in outstanding loan repayments. Minister responsible Richard Maru, in a media briefing today in Port Moresby, slammed PNG Power, which continues to deliver losses due to the 26% that goes to technical theft and infrastructure fault, noting that the firm is about to lose 100 million kina this year.
PNG Power is running sea centers like Vivek Manus, Vanimo, Keviang, Daru, Kimbe. They don't make money and we are still running it. These businesses should have gone to the private sector a long time ago. It needed strong government decision. Provincial government should be running these businesses. In aggregate, we are losing 80 million a year in running sea centers. So, I'm now working on an NEC proposal, which I will submit to Cabinet. And with the support of the Prime Minister, we want to do a number of things. Look at the plan to retire all the debts in one plan. Number 2, look at our balance sheet and see how best we can prepare the business to sell.
Maru also announces a set of plans to turn the state-owned entity from its insolvent state, starting with the sale of sea centers, which lose about 80 million kina annually. Those centers use generators to power up towns. The selling of the centers is part of the proposal that the minister is working on and will present to the cabinet.
Now we are not happy. I want these deals fixed, and I must let Dirio and Monum know that the deals you have is totally unacceptable. I call it daylight robbery. It smells highly suspicious deals, and we will put an end to this. We'll use all our powers, all the laws of this land to put an end to this and go to court to nullify those agreements. I have only 8 months and I'm going to make sure we turn the business around.
The second most important is the review of the independent power producer. Notably, PNG Power purchases electricity at high cost from them and sells it to consumers at a lower cost. Other flaws within the entity will be looked at carefully and those responsible will be held accountable. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
The Papua New Guinea kina continues to devaluate against US dollar under the Bank of Papua New Guinea's crawl-like exchange rate regime, noting a decrease of 0.7% between January and June 2026, according to the Westpac monthly economic report for June.
Economic report notes that PNG kina to US dollars gradual depreciation remain in line with the Bank of Papua New Guinea's commitment to a managed crawl-like exchange rate regime. For consumers, the gradual depreciation is paving the way for kina to lose its purchasing power over time, affecting household spending. Despite adverse outcomes, the central bank says the crawl-like exchange rate arrangement is enabling a measured depreciation of the kina while supporting price stability and maintaining macroeconomic and financial stability. The Bank of PNG further added that the gradual depreciation is improving foreign exchange market balance and reduce order backlogs. This means the kina will continue to devaluate against US dollar, with the Westpac Bank anticipating the depreciation to hit bottom at 0.2150 late 2026 or early 2027 before it starts appreciating. Meanwhile, the Bank of South Pacific indicates that the depreciation is maintaining an average monthly decline of 0.5%. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
Women and girls in remote parts of Southern Islands province are gaining better access to care after specialist training was provided to rural health workers. According to a media release, 40 health workers from 5 districts have been trained to provide medical treatment, counseling and referral for survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, sorcery, accusation-related violence. Sister Mary Balupa of Mendi Provincial Hospital says the training is helping ensure survivors can receive treatment closer to home, particularly during the critical first 72 hours after violence occurs. Beacons should be among compulsory safety equipment for all registered commercial passenger vessels, says John Ariku, the founder of Medeng's Rapid Response Network Plus. Mr. Ariku, whose online platform has helped report maritime emergencies in real time in Medeng and outside provincial waters as well, said having just a safety jacket is not sufficient, especially in any maritime emergency.
Following several maritime tragedies that have occurred over the past couple of weeks, founder of Medeng's Rapid Response Network Plus, John Ariku, says more can be done to improve safety standards for small craft operators. Based off of MRRN Plus experiences in responding to emergencies, Mr. Ariku has recommended that authorities make emergency position indicating radio beacons or personal locator beacons compulsory safety equipment for all registered commercial passenger vessels and other high-risk small crafts. He said the ability to quickly confirm information, locate vessels, and coordinate rescue efforts is one of the greatest challenges during maritime emergencies. He said distress beacon devices can transmit emergency signals and location information to search and rescue authorities, significantly reducing search time and increasing the chances of survival. He has recommended that the National Maritime Safety Authority consider a phased small craft safety standard framework in 3 categories. Bronze safety standard, which includes licensed and trained boat operator. Silver safety standard, which includes all bronze requirements, reliable communication equipment, and distress flares. And gold safety standard, which includes all silver requirements, an emergency position indicating radio beacon or personal locator beacon, and an annual vessel safety inspection. Other important measures that the MRRN Plus believe that should be considered include passenger manifest and trip reporting system, boat operator competency training, regular vessel safety inspections, improved weather information sharing, and community-based maritime monitoring and digital emergency networks. Mr. Ariku believes that given PNG's vast coastline, islands, and remote communities, a practical way forward is to strengthen community-based monitoring networks supported by technology. Salome Alman, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. PNG takes top tourism boot awards and labs for island schools. We'll have those updates and stories and more after the break.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
What a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No Kara. He's over. What a try. Oh, the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
Use Savitu Awesome Condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right pla way. Stop safe na lookout him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Welcome back. Key education agencies have until this Friday, July 31, 2026 to submit all outstanding annual reports and related cabinet documents. Education Minister Francis Kikin Sune issued this directive in a media statement to strengthen accountability and transparency in government reporting. The directive applies to the Department of Education, the Teaching Service Commission, and the Office of Library and Archives. The agency heads have to submit overdue annual reports for the years 2023, 2024, and 2025 by 4 p.m. this Friday. According to the media minister's statement, agencies must also provide all relevant NEC submissions, official copies of cabinet documents previously submitted, and ministerial statements that have been presented to the NEC for tabling in Parliament. 5 secondary schools in Chimbu and Western Highlands provinces are now have access to new digital learning facilities following the launch of computer laboratories by the Digital PNG Foundation. The project, worth 1.5 million kina, is expected to benefit more than 10,000 students under the Foundation's 50 for 50 Billet Computer Lab initiative.
The computer laboratories were officially launched between July 14th and July 16th at the 5 secondary schools across Simbu and Western Islands provinces. The schools include Mount Again Park Secondary School, Kuiwamka Secondary School, Notre Dame Secondary School, Kundiawa Lutheran Day Secondary School, and Kerouagi Secondary School. Each facility is valued at 300,000 kina.
It's much more about opening a room filled with computers. Today we are opening doors. Doors to knowledge, doors to innovation, doors to opportunity, and above all, we are opening doors to dreams.
The new facilities are equipped with 50 laptops, furniture, air conditioning, a flat-screen television, and internet connectivity. The investment aims to improve digital literacy among students while giving teachers access to modern technology to support classroom learning, research, and collaboration. More than 10,000 students are expected to benefit from the initiative.
Today marks a special or significant milestone in the history of our school. This computer lab or laboratory represents more than a building. And what is it filled with? Machine. And that machine is a computer or a laptop. Now it is a gateway to knowledge.
The computer labs form part of the GCL PNG Foundation's ongoing effort to expand access to technology and create modern learning environments for young Papua New Guineans. The foundation also acknowledged the support of teachers, school administrations, local communities, and project partners who contributed to the successful rollout of the project.
With the help of the laptops donated, it will be very beneficial to the students to access endless information, and also as the students can now build vital digital skills. Not only for the students, but also for the teachers too. They will now have powerful tools for interactive lessons.
The foundation says it will continue expanding its digital education program across Papua New Guinea, helping equip students with the digital skills needed for the future. Mason Louis, TVWAN News.
Staff at the Ulau Sub-Health Center in West Sepik Province will soon access improved housing following the construction of 5 new staff homes and a bridge under a community-driven healthcare infrastructure project. The initiative, led by Catholic Church Health Service Aitape, aims to improve staff welfare and strengthen healthcare delivery for rural communities in the Aitape-Lumi district. Saving at Ulau Sub-Health Center can now look forward to better living conditions with the development of 5 new staff houses and critical infrastructure upgrades. The project began in April this year under the leadership of Catholic Church Health Services Haitape Health Manager Father Patrick Huvu and is expected to be completed this month. Funded by Kumul Minerals Holdings with 150,000 kina, the project focuses on improving staff accommodation, boosting staff retention, and enhancing primary healthcare services in the district. Additional support came from the National Catholic Church Health Services, which contributed 5 water tanks and 62,000 kina towards the facility's development. Communities surrounding the health center played a key role in the project, with youths and skilled workers from Timau, Ulau Barai, Ulawut, Munai, and Marubiam contributing labor and expertise throughout the construction. Each new staff house features 2 bedrooms, a lounge area, veranda, separate kitchen, and its own water tank, providing safe and comfortable accommodation for frontline health workers. The Ulau Sub-Health Center serves communities across the Aitape-Lumi district and is one of the several Catholic Church Health Service facilities supporting healthcare delivering in rural West Sepik Province. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News. Thousands of Port Moresby residents and businesses are being heads to prepare for a partial water shutdown later this week as Water PNG undertakes a major repairs to the city's aging water pipeline.
Water PNG says water supply will be partially shut down from 10 p.m. on Friday, July the 31st until 3 a.m. on Sunday, August the 2nd. to allow engineers to repair the aging Rona 1 and 3 pipeline. Water PNG says the works are critical, with additional engineering work and specialist equipment sourced from overseas, having reduced the expected shutdown from more than a week to 29 hours. During the repairs, the city's water supply will be reduced from 100 million litres to 80 million litres per day, with water rationed across 4 supply zones at scheduled times. Residential areas will be given priority, while the downtown area will experience the longest outage. Residents and businesses are being urged to store enough water for drinking, cooking, and sanitation before Friday night, and to refill containers whenever water is available in the allocated zone. Water PNG says the 65-year-old pipeline remains fragile. It warned that there is still a risk of further supply interruptions during repairs. Water PNG will continue providing updates throughout the maintenance period. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
And a market report. The Kina closed lower at 0.2270 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2195 US dollars, 0.3103 Australian dollars, 0.1848 euro, and 35.70 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, gold, coffee, and cocoa closed higher, crude oil and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TVWAN News continues when we return. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
What a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. Oh, the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
Tambo true longkare mo salim na simokin. Marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law oli kolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo bain court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This platok sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time halivim bilom Australia Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
Hey PNG, get ready to brush to the beat for Colgate National Toothbrushing Day. Brush to the beat with over 480,000 registered participants this year nationwide. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes twice a day and remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Head over to the Colgate Pacific PNG Facebook page for more info or drop a comment and tell us a song we can brush to the beat with. Get brushing this National Toothbrushing Day with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
To make it work. Links up with Staggs and he's right through. Oh, brilliant effort. Bell's out here as well. Oh, big gap. Oh, Jack Williams is through. And Parramatta are on tonight.
Thanks for staying with us. The new defense agreement between Papua New Guinea and New Zealand could lead to more joint training, maritime patrols, and regional cooperation as Pacific countries respond to shared security challenges. The Statement of Intent on Defense Cooperation 2026 to 2029 was signed by Papua New Guinea Defense Minister Elias Kapawore and New Zealand Defense Minister Chris Pank in Port Moresby last Wednesday. The deal focuses on strengthening cooperation in areas including maritime surveillance, disaster response, search and rescue, explosive ordnance disposal, officer training and personnel exchanges. The PNG government stressed that the agreement is about strengthening the capability of the PNG Defence Force while maintaining the country's sovereignty and control over its own security decisions. An early intervention initiative in Brisbane is helping parents identify developmental concerns in young children. Experts say it's a simple model which could be rolled out across the country.
Of energy.
I wanted a little bit of blue.
When she started kindy earlier this year, her mum was worried about the more structured environment.
She had a little bit of trouble focusing and sitting still on the mat and following instructions kind of straight away.
The 4-year-old's teacher suggested an assessment with a child health nurse who was able to give the family strategies to help her focus. It was organised by the centre and done on-site at no cost through the Thriving and On Track program.
I guess things can be a little overwhelming when you have to, look up the thing, organise it. This was so easy.
The scheme connects families with healthcare workers based at community, daycare and early learning centres they're already attending. 4-year-old Frederick's accessing speech therapy.
He's able to hold a conversation and the back and forth is there now. His vocabulary has expanded.
The federally funded scheme has supported hundreds of families.
We're removing that burden from families that they need to navigate a complex and often fragmented system.
With 1 in 4 Queensland children starting school with a developmental delay, early intervention and access to support is key.
We know that if we can actually provide support in the early years, it will improve their trajectories lifelong. So many kids are entering into school without the skills that they need in order to engage in education.
Keeping kids everywhere on the track to success.
The Western Australian government is considering a new gas-fired power station south of Perth with a price tag of more than $500 million. It's part of the state's transition to renewable energy, but a Perth-based energy expert says there's no way the new turbines could be built and commissioned by 2030.
Fires up. The government is considering a 300-megawatt gas-generated power station in Kwinana as it plans to switch off coal by 2030.
Gas has got half the emissions of coal-fired energy.
The ABC understands the project would cost more than $500 million. And for that price, there is no increase in energy output. It's a straight replacement for old turbines like those commissioned in Pinjar more than 30 years ago.
It's to replace existing assets that are coming to the end of their lives.
There's bipartisan support for the project with a caveat. The new shouldn't replace the old. The Liberals say the state needs both.
There's no way that the government is closing down its coal fleet on its current time frame unless they have significantly more gas generation. That means they need new and additional gas, not just replacing old units.
Gas turbines are sparking demand worldwide, and a Perth energy expert says there's no way a gas power station could be built before 2030.
The demand for these units is very high, and the delivery time is between 5 and 7 years.
Ian Porter says the money would be better spent on refurbishing old units. If the green transition goes to plan, gas will be the backup for the grid.
It would seem totally illogical to have a standby unit that is used very rarely and insist that that unit should be highly efficient.
But today, gas makes up more than half of the state's energy mix.
The project will open for public consultation this week, with a final decision on the power station expected by the end of the year.
Western Australians are being asked to register as organ donors after new data from Donate Life shows just over a third of the state are registered. Across Australia, almost 2,000 people are waiting for an organ transplant, and families who have received a donation says it is giving them a second chance at life.
When Alana Prince's son Jake needed a liver transplant at 13, she waited anxiously for a phone call that would save his life.
And when that phone call does come, your heart sinks, because you know a family are going through their darkest time, and in that darkest time they've made the decision to save someone else.
This is the greatest gift someone could give, but someone's choice to save my life, and it's absolutely inspiring.
Donate Life says almost 2,000 people are waiting for an organ transplant across the country.
We've got another 14,000 people on dialysis, and many of those people on dialysis would benefit from a kidney transplant. So the need for organ transplants is huge.
More than 17,500 people in WA registered to become organ donors last year. Donate Life says there are still many more who support donation but have not registered.
Make it this weekend that you register for Donate Life, because a tragedy can happen at any time. And it's so easy, it takes a minute or two on the Donate Life website or the MyGov app.
Perth families gathered to raise awareness at the annual Walk for Life, including Aurora Molina and her son Sebastian, who received a liver transplant.
I was very sick. I had to stay in hospital a lot and see lots of doctors and nurses.
Sebastian's parents say they didn't consider organ donation until their son experienced liver failure.
Raising awareness is very important, because you never know if it will end up in that situation.
Anyone aged 16 or older with a Medicare card can register as an organ or tissue donor.
And that ends the news segment. We have sports in next. Stay with us.
Tambo true longkarim o salim na simokin. Marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law olikolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine inap money mark inap lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This platok sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time halivim bilom Australia Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up a big smile on face. Time for him chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Papa will come close to Laos. Kaya ino ready yet. Mak blame Belatia. Mom's too glorasta. Suppose I'm not ready. Ayo. Me and Mama's lepas him lo paps. I'm sure him way beli me kita.
Another miraculous moment. Magnificent skill. That genuinely is unbelievable. It's a great run. Oh, what a goal! A quite magnificent strike. It is World Cup Rugby League. How good is it to be back united? Oh, it's on. And they're serving up some brilliant entertainment here because this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Jimmy Notley. He's playing for his family and his country. PNG! They will run through brick walls, I told you that! My goodness! Real festival.
Welcome back. In sports, Jack Lomax yesterday put pen to paper as PNG Chiefs player 005 after an official announcement on the field at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. A presser was held afterwards where Lomax signed, witnessed by his agent, parents and partner. Former Parramatta Eels and New South Wales State of Origin star is one of the marquee signings for Papua New Guinea's inaugural NRL franchise. He is the fifth Chiefs after Jerome Luai, Alex Johnston, Connor Watson and Matty Lees.
Rugby league speaks absolute volumes and it's a different language over here, and you know it just absolutely means the world to him, and yeah, it absolutely fills my heart with so much joy and pride and my family, and I'm absolutely stoked and privileged to be number 5 here, and yeah, I'm super pumped and so honoured and excited.
And to do this here, the first ever PNG Chiefs player announced here in country, it is special for everyone. So we're delighted to have Zach on board. Everyone knows what a phenomenal footballer he is, and we got to know what a great person he is over the last couple of weeks, and especially this weekend to have him and his family here. I know Lorna and I speak on behalf of everyone at the Chiefs. We're delighted to have Zach here, and he'll do wonderful things for this country. So welcome aboard, mate.
5 players from Papua New Guinea have been selected to attend the 2026 Harvey Norman Rising Talent Invitational, which will take place from July 29 to August 2nd in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales, Australia. Jacinta Gary, Scaling Seal, Cynthia Peters, Naomi Kelly and Ruth Gende are the selected players. The event will be held alongside the NRLW Magic Round. PNG RFL Chiefs Operating Officer Tony Acha said this is an important part of PNG RFL's female pathways and provides opportunities for players, coaches and staffs to develop within an elite representative environment. Papua New Guinea has missed out on a place at the 2027 FIFA Under-17 World Cup, with New Zealand, Fiji and the Solomon Islands securing Oceania's 3 qualifications spot for next year's tournament in Qatar. The PNG Under-16 Men's FIFA World Cup campaign ended in heartbreak after a penalty shootout defeat to the Solomon Islands in the 3rd place playoff of the OFC Under-16 Men's Championship at the PNG Football Stadium over the weekend. The host dominated much of the match and finally broke the deadlock in the 66th minute when Captain Matthew Sopo fired a first-time strike into the top corner. But with just 6 minutes remaining, the Solomon Islands equalized after goalkeeper Luther Rodney spilled a routine ball allowing Adriana Cabolo to score. The match was decided on penalties, where the Solomon Islands converted 4 spot kicks and took advantage of the 2 PNG misses. George Liai scored the winning penalty to send his side to its second FIFA Under-17 World Cup and first time appearance in 8 years. Earlier in the tournament, New Zealand and Fiji secured qualification by reaching the final, while the Solomon Islands claimed the third and the final World Cup berth with the playoff victory. For Papua New Guinea, the defeat hence hope of a historic first appearance at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup despite an impressive tournament on home soil. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN Sports. The road to international cricket began at Amini Park today with Cricket Papua New Guinea launching the Boroko Motors Isuzu Women's 50-over tournament as part of its preparation for the PNG Lewa's upcoming series against Thailand. The 3-day tournament features 3 representative teams competing in a high-performance competition aimed at preparing the national women's side for international cricket. 42 players, including contracted Lewa players and emerging talent from Milne Bay, Morobe, Central Province, and the National Capital District, have been selected across the 3 squads. The tournament will provide match experience, help assess players' performances, and build combinations ahead of next month's international series. The Smart Start AFL New Kick Southern Region Under-17 program for both boys and girls culminated its highly anticipated top 6 finals on Saturday at the Maui Barracks Oval in Port Moresby. Gordon's Kokofas Under-17 boys came from behind to shock favourites Taikone Hawks Junior in a close 22-17 thriller.
Saturday's thrilling main event featured Taikone Hawks Juniors and Gordon Kokofas in a fiery, contested match that came down to the wire. Hawks leveraged their height and speed advantage, dominating most of the game, resulting in 2 goals in the first and third quarters. Kokofas had several opportunities, but could only kick 6 behinds to trail at halftime. Despite their smaller stature, Kokofas were relentless and showed a lot of heart and determination, scoring a crucial goal to stay in the fight. While clinging to their 1-goal advantage, Hawks was corners. But it all came down to the final minutes in the last quarter when Kokofas pushed forward and delivered a stunning game-winning goal. With this dramatic victory, the Golden Kokofas were crowned 2026 Southern Region Under-17 Boys Champions, marking a remarkable conclusion to the new kick season. Kokofas captain Samuel Orea said his message to the boys was to remain patient and stay in the grind until the end, which really paid off.
I'm just total magi fins up, heads up, ini go back and see. Salah golo last kota. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, all mosem all central los eso, podían trala, bla mosem. Sambla kerema noelen. Mi central patos mi caribilto. All kerema os eso. Min la to tengilo zona Martin all improve lo dista game mi to tengilo ste. One time lo sta last kota goal blumi mi kikimna. Samla ga victory win nyama mastret.
Hawks coach Walo Matapere acknowledged the high-level intensity throughout the contest. He commended the boys for putting on a dominant performance, but unfortunately could not hold on right at the death.
Yeah, all boys played very well, as you mentioned. But we just lost on the last minute. They all from Taikone. Yeah, compromising of Ula, Yokia, and mixture of boys from the bus stop area as well. Yeah. So we all represent in Taekwondo.
Matapere said they have some tall boys in the side who are strong and athletic and displayed good skills.
The advantage of our team, we have tall, skillful young boys coming up to the ranks. Mostly these kids, they are under 17, but we normally play them at reserve grade and sometimes push them up to...
Running for 8 weeks, the New Kick program has successfully identified and showcased emerging young talent across for both male and female divisions. providing promising athletes with a pathway to develop and excel through the PNG AFL Junior Pathway Program. Terry Long with TVWAN Sports.
Tokorara Secondary, one of the schools participating in the PNG AFL Smart Start New Kick Academy and the NCD Schools Rugby League programs, continues to encourage students to take part in sport to support physical fitness, discipline and character building. Over the weekend, Tokorara Secondary girls and boys teams were featured in the AFL New Kick Under-17 Grand Finals for the Southern Region at Murray Barracks Oval.
Head of Physical Education Department Bonnie Caleb said Tokorara this year fielded students in both AFL and Rugby League. In the AFL New Kick program, Tokorara's under-17 boys led the regular season but narrowly missed out in the final, finishing fourth after losing to Babaroko Junior High. The girls' side reached the grand final, meeting Gordon's Kokofas, a significant achievement for the school.
This year we have two codes that are taking part in our external sports, which are our AFL students and our Rugby League students taking part in NCD School Rugby. And this year we have two divisions in the AFL team, which we have the males and the female teams, and our boys just played for third and fourth, and they lost to Babaroko, but they've been a great team. They led the competition right up until to the semifinals, and they lost to Kokofa, and so they played third and fourth.
Ms. Caleb stressed the importance of engaging students in sport and the positive values it adds to their physical and character development.
I have a team of great sportsmen and sportswomen, a team of students who know what respect is, who know what self-discipline is. And because of these values they have in them, they have made it this far. So on behalf of the school, I would like to say congratulations to my boys and girls, and I hope my girls make it through to the finals.
Captain David Kenneap said the boys made too many errors, which cost them the game. He said they'll take big lessons from the loss and do better next season.
We couldn't make it to the cup, and we played third, fourth placing. The game was tough. We led the competition, and we came and played against Kokofa last weekend, and we lose for Kokofa, and then we play with the Babaroko.
Terry Long with TV1 Sports.
And before the weather updates, in news, Papua New Guinea has received international recognition after winning the Best Boot Award in the National Tourism Organization category at the 2026 Travel Madness Expo held in Manila, Philippines. Earlier this month, more than 170 organizations within the tourism sector participated.
Papua New Guinea was awarded the Best Boot Award in the National Tourism Organization category at the 2026 Travel Madness Expo held in Manila, Philippines. The award recognized PNG's vibrant exhibition booth, which showcased the country's unique tourism experiences, rich cultural heritage, and diverse visitor attractions to thousands of visitors attending one of Asia's leading travel exhibitions. More than 170 tourism organizations, airlines, hotels, resorts, and travel agencies from the Philippines and across Asia participated in the three-day expo. Air New Guinea and the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority represented PNG at the event, with support from local industry operators including Kokopo Beach Bungalow, Karanas Tours, Dynasty Seafood Restaurant, and Alibaba and Grill. They promoted PNG's world-class diving, birdwatching, trekking, cultural festivals, pristine islands, coffee, artifacts, and authentic visitor experiences. The Travel Madness Expo is one of the Philippines' largest consumer travel exhibitions, providing a platform for airlines, tourism organizations, hotels, and travel companies to market destinations, launch travel package, build industry partnership, and encourage outbound travel. The Best Boot Award reinforces Papua New Guinea's growing reputation as one of the Pacific's most authentic and exciting tourism destinations and highlights the value of collaboration between the national airline, PNG TPA, and the private tourism sector. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
And now the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, clear skies to partly cloudy, Daru and Alatau, partly cloudy, Momase, Ley and Wanimo, partly cloudy with few showers. Medang and Wewak, mostly fine with clear skies. New Guinea Islands, Lorongau and Kavieng, partly cloudy. Kokopo, Rabaul, mostly clear skies with windy conditions. And Islands region, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with possible few showers tonight. Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy periods with few light showers tonight. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas light to moderate with southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 20 knots at times. Solomon Seas, seas moderate to rather rough at times with southeast to southerly winds at 15 to 20 knots, occasionally increasing to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas light to moderate rough over the southern to central sector with southeasterly winds at 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 to 33 knots over the southern to central sector. Pacific Ocean, seas moderate to rough with southeast to southerly winds at 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 33 knots over northeast of New Island. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Samurai to Milne Bay and all its islands to Cape Vogel, seas 2 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters at times over northern and western islands. Waters from Finschhafen through Wittias and Dampier Straits to Searcy and Long Islands, seas 2.5 to 3 meters, rising to 3.5 meters at times. And that wraps up the news for tonight. I'm Michael Tamtipais on behalf of the entire news team. You have a great evening.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by